EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Southern Nevada, where the torch, in honor of the legendary owner Al Davis, has just been lit, as is tradition before kickoff at Allegiant Stadium, just off the Strip in Las Vegas. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson ready to get the preseason started. And off we go from Allegiant Stadium. This return will take him out past the 25-yard line. Decent field position as this game gets going. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. And here is Kyler Murray, the #1 overall pick in 2019 to lead them.
Starting all the way back in the spring, Mike, there has been months of preparation building up for this very game. And for a lot of the guys on the sideline that have been around for a long time, these preseason games might not feel all that important. But I promise you, that young guy who's putting an NFL helmet on for the very first time, running out of that tunnel, these games go a long way, not only to making this current roster, but trying to make a career out of playing in the NFL.
He'll have a first down as he gets this up close to the 40-yard line.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Play action. It's Murray. Oh, no! Chance to get rid of that under the heavy rush. He doesn't and goes down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Now a second down throw for Murray. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive. 5 times a Pro Bowler, that's Joey Bosa. He gets in there for the sack, and it looks like the time off has not slowed him down one bit. They'll throw now, 3rd and forever. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
Here's Horton, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. They're led out by the #3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft. Out of USC, it's Sam Darnold.
There's so much conversation around the NFL, Mike, about the importance of these preseason games. And while the final score certainly doesn't matter, there is the evaluation of your roster, your personnel. You can't replicate these live reps and simulate them in practice. So these are your moments. Go out, play fast, play confident. Build those reps that you need so when the regular season comes around, you're ready.
Space to run inside the 20. And he gets marked out of bounds, but inside the 5-yard line. That is 2 big pickups to start the drive. 32 on the latest. Here's Darnold. And he's in. Kyle hits. Touchdown, Arizona. Chris Boswell on for the point after. He's got it, and the Cardinals will take a 7-0 lead.
Raiders nothing. Chris
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Here's Williams on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Raiders offense ready now for their second drive. And Greg, week 1 here in the preseason. Look, we know a lot of the guys who are going to make the roster, but there's still a lot to happen in training camp that players can find their way to a spot on the opening Sunday.
No, we hear these stories all the time, Mike, where there's a little buzz about a guy in training camp and coming out of the local beat reporter.
Robinson hit. He's lost May they have it, and they do.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
Darnold. Open man, that's Romo Dunze. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
First down, Cardinals.
Darnold to throw. Check this down. That's Hubbard out of the backfield. Looking for the pylon, but the official right there is going to mark them out of bounds at the 1-yard line. They get 24 on that one, and just like that, it's first and goal. Hubbard, and he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
This is a play, Mike, that makes me want to run down there, throw on a uniform, and try to help out. I mean, I think at this point, I could help clear enough room to get 1 yard. Heck, I might be able to get 1 yard myself. That's disappointing that they're unable to capitalize.
And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10. Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal. That is caught to the goal line and in. Aaron Jones. Touchdown, Cardinals. Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Cardinals will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Williams. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense and running back Bijan Robinson headed back onto the field. And their 2 drives so far not good. Punt, lost fumble. Trying to make amends here on drive number 3. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Murray. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the 4th quarter.
And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
He'll find his man. That's Kendrick Bourne. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. In some rhythm, the drive rolling. Here's another 1st and 10.
First down.
They go play action, and he is going to go down. They sack him to end the first quarter. 1 quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. 14-0 is our score. And we're back in Vegas after this. To throw is Mills. And he'll be taken down. They got him back at midfield.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only able to rush the passer and put pressure on him, but the coverage is just so tight on the back end, there's just nowhere to go with the ball.
He'll try and get there on the ground. And he will get some yardage there on the scramble, but not nearly enough. And that's going to bring up 4th and long.
A gain of 5.
And that was really well defended along the back end, Mike. And with nobody open downfield, he's got no choice but to turn into a runner. They end up rallying to the ball, and they limit to a minimal gain.
A 62-yard attempt.
That one's on target, and it is good from the other side of midfield. One of the longest field goals in NFL history. Set to return is Xavier Gibson. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. Now they'll pitch it out here. And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring them down for a big loss. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Dobbs. Open man is Horton. It's caught. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. First time they've whooped his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a first down.
And the Cardinal first down.
Throwing. Dobbs. Throws here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic, and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. Good start this drive so far. Another 1st and 10.
Arizona.
They run it once more with Jones. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now Dobbs. That is over the middle and intercepted. It is picked up by the rookie safety.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. Going left side, and it's taken in by Williams. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 7.
At the 42-yard line.
They'll run it for the first time with Chase Brown. Nothing. Met at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
So his team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
A carry here for Brown. And they'll take this down inside the 35. We're saving some of those for the regular season. That's a first down.
Raiders, first down.
Throwing is Mills. That's caught. It's Tez Johnson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
Come to the line for 2nd and 4. Here's Mills. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in.
And that was just a great drive. Really, from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play call it, just really finding his rhythm, mix and run, mix and pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. You can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, and it goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Jackson now to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Cardinals offense make their way out to take over once more. The lead sits at 4. So we'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
We see this time and time again in the NFL, Mike. You want to play quarterback at this level, you better figure out a way to be able to bounce back following a bad throw, a bad series, a bad game. And in this case, he's got to bounce back from a pick on the last drive, and he's got to find himself some easy completions and settle himself back into this one. So I think as they continue to have success on the ground like they did here, we're going to see them continue to lean towards that ground game, force the defense to come up, sell out, take it away, and then there's all sorts of options downfield.
Pressure all around him, and down he goes. On 4th down, here comes J.K. Scott to punt. But this turns out to be a solid return. They finally get him to the ground.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Williams in motion. Mills to throw. Over the middle, it's intercepted. That's the safety, Richie Grant. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
At the 49-yard line.
Here we go. Back to 50.
To throw is Dobbs. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
Dropping a catchable ball is one of the worst feelings. It feels like the entire stadium is laughing at you, and all I know is firsthand, you just want to get another opportunity to put that one behind you.
Let's go now. Ready.
Here's Dobbs. And they're going to get to him and take him down back on the other side of midfield. Etor Gross-Matos getting in there for the sack. It's got to feel great as he gets this preseason off on the right foot. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Here's J.K. Scott now. They punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit the field of play and continue out of bounds. The Raiders offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Now Mills. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down. Mills now. Catch is made. That is Williams. Now timeout Vegas. That is their 2nd. They'll empty out the backfield, line up for 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Mills. He'll get this one complete to Brown. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. Now the Raiders going to use their third and final timeout. Drive rolls on here with first down and 10. They'll look to throw again. Loading up, launching downfield. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. He'll take this forward for about 5. So, from 37, here's second down and 5.
Second and 5 at the 37-yard line.
On the handoff, Jones. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. Let us save some of those from the regular season. That's a first down.
First down, Cardinals.
Again, it's Jones. He'll take this down to the 47. Rayshawn Jenkins, this time on the stop.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
And it'll be a pickup of 3. So third down, forthcoming.
Gain on the play. Brings up third down.
Dobbs to throw. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
It's a gain of 6.
The best time to call a screen is when the defense is anticipating pass. Allow that defensive front to rush the passer. Just get through the offensive line enough before you drop it to your back. Get out behind those big offensive linemen and pick up the first down.
Good running inside the 25. Guarani brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line. They're at the 17-yard line now for first and 10. On the give, it's Jones. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on first and second down. The last thing you want is to be in third and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now, if we get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, You kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
Dobbs now to throw. That one to the end zone, but incomplete.
There isn't much room for error when operating inside the red zone. The field is really condensed. Those throwing windows become a lot tighter and forces your quarterback to make some really highly contested throws. And as we just saw, those aren't always going to go your way. All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is fourth down.
For the field goal, a 21-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good, and the Cardinals will open up a touchdown lead. It's now 17-10. Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. Khalil Herbert on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to get back to work. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Brown, and he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Open man, left side, he's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds with a gain of 7. That'll be enough for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll run here with Brown. He ran right through one tackle, fighting forward. Good gain on the ground of about 7. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. Williams in motion. On the ground, here's Keaton Mitchell. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Up from his safety spot, Jesse Bates makes the play.
It's a gain of a yard.
Now a 3rd and 2. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He'll try to run for it. So, 3 quarters now in the books. EA Sports back for more from the NFL preseason after this. Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. Back to throw. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. And he is going to have a Raiders 1st down on a well-designed play to get 16 to keep the drive going.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to Brown. And he is not going to get away. That one blown up in the backfield.
Back at the 31-yard line.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all. Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. That defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Down the field, but it falls incomplete. Trying to connect with Chase Brown on that one. And that'll set up 4th down.
For the field goal. A 48-yard attempt.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. Well, every bit helps as they draw just a little bit closer.
Yeah, all right, so it's going to help a little bit, but, I mean, take a look here, Mike. With the score, with the time, you find yourself down in the 4th quarter and kicking field goals. I'm not sure. Other than just getting a little bit closer, it feels like that drive was touchdown or bust.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. To the left side, and is caught by Horton. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. Set to go now on 1st and 10. He runs straight ahead with Jones. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. If he gets a yard out of that one, it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now, faking the give. Get this complete to Horton. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Throwing, Dobbs. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
So they decide to be aggressive there on 3rd down, Mike. Now the question is, do they maintain that aggressive style on 4th down, or do they decide to punt? It's going to be a really interesting play call here as it brings up 4th and short.
The offense is out there, 4th and inches. Now Dobbs. He's got a man. That's Horton. And he's going to have a hard 1st down. They find a way to keep the drive going with the 4th down conversion. Now a handoff. Jones. And he'll be out of bounds. That's a nice gain, though, on 1st down. A pickup of 7.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Aaron Jones. Touchdown, Cardinals. He had the touchdown catch earlier. This time he takes it in on the ground.
24, Raiders 13. Chris Boswell set to
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Herbert on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Williams in motion. To throw is Mills. That one's incomplete. Pass intended for Williams. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Throwing is Mills. There's a short one taken by Klein. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
And a Las Vegas 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
The motion man is Johnson. Here's Mills. Now he's just going to pitch this one forward. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. From the 38 now, here comes second inning.
At the 38-yard line.
Here's a little pop pass heading to the right. Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for third down and 5. Pass right side to down. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, Vegas.
And the Raider first down.
On the ground, it's Brown. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
On second down, a run with Mitchell. And they'll take this down inside the 35. All 3 timeouts, plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for first and 10. Another run here with Mitchell. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Want to save some of those for the regular season. That's a first down.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. This one complete right side. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 17-yard line.
Mills to throw. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
8 yards to go.
Now Mills. Oh, a loose football. And one of the Raiders able to get back in there and secure possession so they keep the ball. Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. That's going to be caught. And that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a fourth down, fourth quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs. Here's Dobbs. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. They'll try again here. Second and 10. Here's Jones. And a good push defensively. They're going to get him down back at the 10. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before third down. Dobbs to throw. He was trying to get it to Aaron Jones that time. And it's going to lead to fourth down. And not the greatest of efforts there, as this one will land out of bounds. Now Davis Mills and his offense down by 11. A little over a minute to go. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting, huh? As they come up first and 10. Mills now. And he'll somehow manage to get rid of it. He took a shot, too. The pass falls incomplete. Another try, second and 10. The motion man is Johnson. Now it's Howe. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Here's a big one. This third down.
Third down and 10.
Throwing is Howe. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
6 yards.
Now timeout Vegas. That is their second. Williams in motion.
At the 15-yard line.
To throw is Howell. intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to have it just past their 25.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So it's a win for the visitors, the Cardinals, as